Hello and welcome. Today we are tucking in and hopefully going to get quite a bit done of the current build, which is the Ninjago City Markets. But before we kick off with all of that, there is actually a new deal going on the Lego website. So let me just share that with everybody early on. Guys and girls can let me know what you think. There's times 2 points on a Lego set, and this is it. And we also have Lego seem to be... What's all this about? This has just popped up. Well, let's have a look. Accept all. So the Black Friday launch, all new set on the 6th of the... This has to... Oh, okay. So this has to be the Star Trek. This has to be that. Watch as we launch an all new set on the 6th of November at 5:15. Save the date for the next Lego live stream event where we'll reveal a new mystery box. Jump aboard to discover our newest set. Add to calendar. Plus, find out how you can win your own side version. Well, it's got to be that. We'll be talking about that a little more once the notification and everything goes out. But that's not a bad way to start this video, and I will obviously have to do a separate video on that as well with regards to bits and pieces. But yes, this is a thing. So if you wanted to, you could get double points on this and this alone, along with obviously the giveaway purchase that is currently available. And of course, we're going to be talking about the Goonies bits and pieces today as well. So there's a fair bit that we are going to try and cover, but very interested to see if that announcement on the Lego website there is anything to do with the Star Trek. So I will keep that page up in the background, and then we'll open up some more in case that just randomly disappears. So how that's just popped up, I do not know. But if you're watching this on the replay, we have a question, the first question of the hour. So this question is, whatever makes a set great for you, what will / has been the best year? And obviously in the comments, let me know why. So you've got a choice of 23, 24, 25, 26. There's got to be one set that stands out in one of those years that makes it fantastic and great for you. And then obviously just let us know what that is. But we are also tucking in and carrying on, shall I say, with the live build. That's the whole point of this. So I will crack on, get this carried on with bag number 14. And we will just see how much we can get done, which is good. Now, I have made a bit of a schoolboy error. I've left the instruction booklets out of shot over there. So we will jump that off, get that back on to here. And that's going to be very, very interesting to see if what is going to be coming for a later thing, because that was not there a little while ago. And we have also got 2 instruction sheets to tuck into and crack on with at the same time. So, as it is Halloween, and I'm sure everybody's going to be out trick-or-treating, hence why I am wearing orange over the Halloween period. I was tempted to put a bit of purple on today, but I thought, no, this is still clean, so we'll carry on with the orange. Let's get you back into a position early so you can see what is being built. I say this every time I use the YouTube software. You can't preset the camera up, so you can never see exactly where it's pointing. Right. What step are we on? I think we are on, I'm just going to get annoying very, very quickly. That one's done. That bit's done. Right, so we are on step 301, page 207 on booklet number 1. And I want to know from everybody that Black Friday preview has to be, if it's a new set, that's got to be to do with Star Trek. It has to be. The votes are starting to come in for what years people think is the best. I think we might have peaked this year. I don't think 26 is going to be as strong as this year. We've had some very strong sets in last year and this, and you could look at 23 from a price point. So you've got a couple of different reasoning why you could. Obviously, let us know in either the comments of the video or in the chat what makes it for you. And it's all that way. I can type the set number in, and then we can have a look at some of the sets on the Lego website as we go. Good evening, Mr. Lego King. Happy Halloween to you. How are we? Is everything okay? And what is the weather like in London? If it's pouring down with rain, I think anybody that's going to be out and about doing anything this evening, not that many people do. Well, it's not a big thing around my parts anyway. But I know in America, I'm sure people are going ballistic for it. So yeah, we'll get about 2 hours or so tucked into on this, and then I will examine that new news on the Lego website a little bit more. It'd be interesting to see exactly what that is all about. But yes, the ×2 points on the Lego Ideas set, the Italian Riviera, that's quite a surprising thing, because that was at one point on a back order. Wet, no rain. Fair enough. That's all right then. So it's been raining, not raining now, and you are okay to continue as I put together. Is this one of the coppers? Yes, it is. A very random looking police officer. So that's another figure to add on and in, so I can make some more shorts up with that, which is good, because those figures are very, very good and very, very detailed. I'm still struggling to find all these smaller pieces. I thought it would make a difference on there, but that is just getting annoying. So we'll take it all off those. That was an epic fail. We can't have started this bag and not actually be able to find the piece that I need. Surely not. Can't be that hard to find. It's just got to be up. There it is, right in front of me. Got it. No, good. So, interesting. So we've got 3 votes in for 3 different years, and obviously there's going to be a reason why your year is the year for you, because if you're into technology, I think 26 is going to be your year, but then the price is going to be up, or you're going to get a lot less, but with the technology. So there's got to be a reason why people be voting for how they're voting for. So I'll keep my eye on that poll. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see with regards to who thinks of what and why. And where are we? I've got no space for that. I've got a little chocolate bar with me today, which is nice, and I have another kick of energy as well. So hopefully we can really tuck into just get quite a bit of this done this evening, or get none of it done and start to debate what actually that is a point. Before I forget, what happens if you type it in? Have they updated the thing? No. So 2025 Lord of the Rings, I mean. Yep, so because of the Lord of the Rings, well, you got a choice, haven't you? Because you got Rivendell in 23, you got the Eyeball in 24, and then you got the Shire in 25. So obviously you got the Shire, so that'll be why you have picked 2025 as the year for you, because that makes perfect sense. And then obviously there'll be another one coming out next year. Yeah. So the Hobbit Lego sets are very, very expensive now. You could try and pick some of those up and backtrack some of the older minifigures, because they did do a Hobbit line, didn't they? John, how are we? Yes, that's it. That is it's going to be interesting what 26 is going to bring. We said this before. I think this is the last of the really big numbered, good price, strong sets. The only thing that could save it is One Piece next year, because those sets seem to be quite strong as well. I've got a very funny feeling that the Star Wars sets are going to be tiny play sets next year because of the license fees that they're sort of going to be having on there, because everybody wants a piece of the pie, which is a right royal shame. So everybody's got their own price for everything, and it is at the time now of where people they're buying new licenses, so people are losing them, people are getting them. I mean, if they can make an absolute killing off the new Pokemon license, that would be fantastic for anybody that's not a Pokemon fan, because then hopefully they'll be able to pass that back on to some of the nicer, smaller sets like this, but we don't know if that's going to happen, do we? We don't know what's going to happen, when that's going to happen, or anything. So we will just have to wait and see what happens. But I am slightly concerned already with regards to the price of certain things and what I've been reading for next. Well, now started already. So hopefully things will calm down quickly and it won't be as bad as what we think it's going to be. No, it's always failed with the technology. Always. Obviously, they've tried it with the hidden sides. They binned that off because it didn't work. Then they tried it again with something else, and then that didn't work because it was obviously the games before hidden sides. And they realised for the hidden sides, people are on their phone too much, so they binned that off. And now they've got all these sound chips that they seem to be going ballistic for whatever reason. It seems to be a thing, and yeah, I don't know because you're paying potentially for very expensive technology that some people will love, some people won't care about, but it's definitely going to take it out of that price point for gifts. And obviously, it was the same technology that was in the sorting hat, wasn't it? That's what it was. It was the same technology that was in the sorting hat, and yeah, it's just a case of what are they going to do moving forward? I think it's an interesting time. Like I said it yesterday, this is price marked at £1.55. They've just got the new batch in, which is price marked. It's price marked at £1.85, and the factory is saying because of the price of the tin. So if they're using that as the excuse, then it's all going to go up absolutely everywhere. So I won't be drinking them anymore. That'll be game over. Game over for that for me, which is a shame because they are tasty, but no good whatsoever. What also isn't very good is I can't find the Technic wheel. I was doing the Technic stuff yesterday. I'm hoping I put that stuff in the right place. Or have I put the wrong... Ah, there you go, I did. I need that wheel, and that's the wheel that should have gone on. So nobody spotted that yesterday when I was showing off the Technic bits. There we go, that makes a little bit of sense. It's a little bit more stronger. But no, I've always... No, the one thing I really appreciate from the technology aspect of Lego stuff is always getting a light brick in the Christmas sets because they look so festive and it looks so nice, and actually they were at a really good price point. But I think I said this in one of the other live streams recently. I am slightly concerned with what they're doing of retiring all of the Winter Village stuff apart from the train, because that train's at a much higher price. And I think that we're going to get a train station next because that's how it happened. I think it's maybe 8 years ago when we had the train last. And I think that's all gonna go up, and that will spoil that theme because that is the last of the really nice price pointed sort of stuff. Granted, not all of them have been fantastic in recent years compared to original bits and pieces, but yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, we will see what's what. But if any of you lot are going out for Halloween bits and pieces this evening and this afternoon, hope you have fun. Let us know what your costumes are going to be like. I'm sure they'll be terrifying. Some of you might just need to take your makeup off and you might look even worse. Who knows? So you could just go for that, and that might be a good look for people. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what unfolds throughout the evening. But obviously, it is Goonies Day today. So today is the day people are going to be fighting to get on the Lego website in a little while for the boat. So we'll be checking that out in a short while. We'll also be checking out this Black Friday news as well. because that seems to be a little bit interesting. Yeah, well, that's it. I said that is a problem. Yeah, price increase over time is understandable, but yeah, it has happened. Prices have gone up a lot. They've gone up more further afield than they have done for here. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough for everybody. But there was the statement that they made and the reasoning why behind different bits and pieces for certain things. And obviously now there's a lot of stuff that's out of everybody's control, which is just I just don't know. I think for the brick side of stuff, it's okay, but other products is just going to be chaos for a lot of people because Hasbro has gone up again and again and again and again for their pricing, and obviously they're just saying it's cost of was it oil 1 year, electric 1 year, cost of transportation another year, and it's just they want to be making the same profits. It's always a customer. Always. Noah, hello, how are we? Good afternoon to you. So yeah, let's hope it all starts to calm down a little bit, which would be splendid. And then we don't have to keep panicking. But it's not going to come down. We know it's not going to come down. But if the prices stay around the 10 pence a brick mark, that's that's okay. But again, we had the conversation of if it's just going to be teeny tiny pieces, it can get a little bit annoying that way. But I think they're at now about 10 pence a brick is where they're looking at on a sort of a set, which is a non-licensed IP. Apart from the Death Star, that worked out to be 10 pence a brick, I think. And obviously you're not including all the minifigures that come with that, so it wasn't too bad. Busy designing my Lego Ideas Halloween graveyard. Fantastic. Well, you've got plenty of time to get that up on the Lego Ideas website. So you've still got a good couple of days yet to get that up and on there. And while we're talking about websites, now there's a couple of people in. Let me just share this screen with everybody again. So we have we have some news about Black Friday. So this is off the website, but this will be for everybody. Watch as we launch launch an all new set on November the 6th, or that's for the Americans, but as everybody else calls it, 6th of November. It's got to be one set and one set only. It has to be. It's got to be. Which means I do believe that the Black Friday news is going to happen then before the fish tank comes out. So how have they got their dates for that? It's on the 16th. So they'll be able to get the new news out that I'm assuming the Star Trek ship is coming. And then this will be coming out. And then it goes from there. And this obviously has its own giveaway as well, doesn't it? And then the other bit of news that there is the double points on this. So, yeah, it's an interesting thing. Yeah, true, but then I guess that's why they're making record profits, isn't it? That's the thing, because they know what they're doing from a business perspective, and it's the customer that pays for it at the end of the day. So, I mean, I know they're one of the only companies I can think of that aren't closing retail stores in the UK. That seems to be a huge problem at the moment for just different bits and pieces. They learned from their mistakes, I guess, when they nearly went bankrupt for other stuff. It would just be interesting to see with regards to, like, you're never going to know, but how much they had to pay for the new Pokemon license and all the other little bits and pieces, because the problem is that from across the board is obviously if they're going into like really heavy IPs for 2026 rather than just doing their own thing, then we're going to get shafted with that, which is understandable for people that want them, but there might be people that don't want them, but it might be spread across the board of the sets that they like as well. So yeah, it's always a weird and wonderful thing. I wonder how they design. Yeah, the fish tank set, I think that's had some, well, that has had some backlash from absolutely everybody, and I think they must have known with where they're putting it in their release schedule for the rest of this year, because Goonies, like I said, Goonies is out tomorrow, so we'll be checking that out shortly. And that's obviously a one and done. So they're not going to be carrying on with that as a theme, as a license, and whatever else. But then you've got Star Trek After, which could be a potential long-term license, which is great. Yeah. So what we're getting though, look, is we're getting. Oh, let me get it plonking back up. So this is what I'm talking about. So we've got the fish tank coming out on the 13th or 14th. So we know that today's off. But this is the news for a new Black Friday set is coming out on the 6th, which has to be Star Trek. So we're going to get shown Star Trek, then we're going to get the fish tank, and then we're going to go back and everybody's going to be talking about the Star Trek stuff, because the fish tank announcement was made first before the Goonies as well. So there must have been a reason why they did it, because it's just in a big sandwich. So it's just been sort of squished between three other, well, the two other sets, isn't it? So I feel sorry for the fish tank designer, because obviously they spend a huge amount of time doing all those bits and pieces, and obviously some people love it, some people don't, and you know it is what it is with that retrospect. But yeah, I feel like it's just been given a holding on for dear life scenario, because I think everybody wants Goonies tonight with regards to the giveaway purchase, obviously, and the Disney thing and everything else, because people are going crazy for that. And then if the giveaway comes with the Star Trek and people are a Star Trek fan, they're going to be wanting to get that as well. So they're going to be saving the money at the start of the month or the end of the month. So the fish tank that could well have been a fantastic thing might not do too well, or could be completely wrong and it might do amazingly well. But it just seems to be it's sandwiched, which is a little bit of a shame, because like I said, it's in between. Well, as we know, this is tomorrow, well, midnight. So whenever you hit midnight all around the world, opportunity of getting this with the Disney giveaway and the others as well. No, that's all right, John. That's fine. That announcement literally popped up about 30 seconds before I went live, so I didn't even know it was a thing either. So yeah, it just seems to be that we're gonna. It says a set, so clearly it's got to be Star Trek, and it means that the Goonies is obviously going to be finishing. The giveaway purchase is only, obviously, clearly it says from the 1st to the 3rd for that. Then this happens on the 4th with regards to the Goonies actually coming out. More than likely, it'll be on back order by the 5th or the 6th. Then we're going to get Star Trek, which will be chaotic. So everybody's going to be talking about the Goonies and Star Trek. And the poor fish tank is just going to be left to sink. No pun intended. No problem, Noah. Not a bother at all. So, yeah. Because obviously everybody's going to get this with it, aren't they? As well. Which everybody wants this with the minifigures and that. And this is obviously worth $16.99. But this ends on the 11th. So this obviously ends just before the fish tank. So, Pirates, how are we? Good evening. Afternoon, mate. I'm sitting here watching my favourite YouTube person while enjoying my happy day. So I'm glad you're enjoying your time off. Are you building anything? Are you got anything planned for your Halloween stuff, or not so much of a Halloween fan? I think we might have 2 people in from America now. I think, maybe. All we need now is the Australians to come in, and we're all going all over the world. But thanks to everybody that's liked the video already. Massively appreciate that. It helps. But yeah, so this is obviously what's coming soon. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting period with that kind of thing. I think with regards to what is going to come out, what's going to be done, and who's going to buy what when. And for me, I can just sit back and let everybody else enjoy the Goonies. It's not on my day one list, so that's fine. But I know people that have been stung quite heavily because, of course, they've just ordered all the bits and pieces from Bricklink. Then you order that 6 months in advance. That's just been delivered. Then the news of the Goonies was coming out and Star Trek all at the same time. So very expensive month. Very, very expensive month. And this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, whatever this is turning out to be. Assuming it's just another platform for stuff. Yeah, I think so. I think you're 100% right, that John. I think what they've done is they purpose it, because I genuinely cannot. I mean, there must be something, but I cannot think of a month that has so much interest across the board from a huge Goonie base and a Star Trek base. Either end of the month, and then they've still added in a big set in the middle, because obviously it's not a cheap thing, but it's almost like it's just nobody's speaking about it. That got announced first, and then the Goonies came announced. But the second that Goonies got announced, nobody's spoken about it. So the momentum is literally going to be Goonie. It's sold out. Oh, we've got a live stream. Oh, this is coming. Then everybody makes videos about the Star Trek stuff. Goonies back in stock. People make videos about that. Then it's done. And then all of a sudden we're Christmas. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting period with regards to how many people do go and get the tank, because I think some people might get it potentially for the parts, especially if they're like a Bricklink shop. So you can see why those people might be licking their lips, because they might want that. They might want all of that kind of thing, and fair play to them. But we have said in the last couple of live streams that the older fish tank is now worth a lot of money on the second-hand market is potentially better than this one. So rate mine out of 10. Oh, you sent me an email. Did the email come through? Yes, it has. Right, let's have a look then. I've just got the notification. Let me have a look then. Yeah, that's it. Well, we did. We knew that they're on their way, but I'm surprised that they put them in the same month. But they've done that right at the end. We knew that there's always a big announcement on Black Friday, because I think it was the Avengers Tower last year, and then it was all the big Batman stuff the year before. I think last year was Avengers Tower. I think the Avengers Tower came out last year. No, the year before the Avengers Tower came out. Sorry, and then the year before that it was the big Batwing, the Tumbler, and all of those kind of things. It was Batman for a few years in a row. And then obviously Goonies coming out when it came out. But yeah, they've just done it in a way of where they've tried to promote the fish tank and then kind of just gone, well, we'll see how it goes. So right, I'm just in the background hunting an email down, and we will see. Okay. Very good. Right. Just make sure nothing can be seen. Just the one photo. Perfect. So email address is hidden. Yep. Okie dokie. Right. Bear with. Right. So Noah is currently making something for the Halloween, which is this. Looking good. No, I like the tree. I like the arc and the curve. Smart. Can I zoom in? Yeah. Look at that. So I'm assuming you might put a couple of minifigures at the front just there, and then you're going to have a little bone at the sides. So have you got a little dog and things that can go with that as well? That is not a bad effort, but you haven't been building that long at all. So congratulations to you on that one. That looks great. Swap the tab over and I'll close it down, so I don't want anybody's email address to be. Mine's easy findable, but everybody else's I don't want to be shown. Right, there we go. So yeah, so this is obviously the giveaway that's out and about at the moment, and this is going to be doubling up with the Goonies. So it's there for people that want it, and then they can have a bit of fun. They can have a bit of fun with that, because I'm assuming that is the minifigure that came with the float, I think. So that minifigure's already been used. So be interesting. That's another thing. How many reuses are we going to get in the near future as well for all of those little bits and pieces? Oh yeah, it'd be an interesting. It is going to be an interesting time period next year for different sets. And I think, without getting too political about anything, because that's just boring, as long as your currency can stay strong, you should be okay. But depending on what your currency is, it could be completely worthless for certain bits and pieces, and it just becomes a right swine, because the pound's half decent. So like the pound to the dollar's got a lot better recently, which is great for us, but not good for the Americans. And then the krona is very, very strong, which is obviously the Danish currency. So it's all that kind of thing to look for. And yeah, you could potentially go to places and get really good deals that other people think is expensive, but actually it's not too bad. It's just because their currency at that time it just has a knock-on effect, doesn't it, with absolutely everything and how much they import stuff in for and blah 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 blah. So yeah, interesting, because you can kind of tell when stuff goes into a big sale, and you just wonder, well, actually, I wonder how much that is actually for different bits, because the sales are starting. The big sales are going to start soon, and we know the stuff that's happening with we know there's going to be big stuff happening with the Lego bits. We think, well, we're all guessing, obviously. And I will actually do that as a poll in a little bit, because this poll's a little bit confusing, I think, because it's too much to think about. Oh no, it's still going through 25, 26. Yeah, fair enough. So it's ticking over. It'd be interesting to see what sets and how quickly those sets sell out, but with what discount, because it could potentially be very, very good scenario for people, or not so good, depending on who's waiting for what. And obviously one of these, we think this set is going to be one of them, and it'd be interesting if regards to the Star Wars goes into that as well. Yeah, very true. Yeah, a lot of people, the problem is a lot of people have value in the minifigures, so I think that's how people price it up in their heads. So use a Death Star, for example. I've seen a Death Star brand new with bags, but the bags have opened with no minifigures, and it's 50% off. So that's how much they value those minifigures at. There's certain minifigures that are valued at, I mean, when the Daily Bugle came out, the Daredevil and Punisher were selling for £100 each, and for a set that is what at the time was 283. That's why people love it, because they know there's loads of money to be made in it. But yeah, with regards to the fish tank, if you didn't want the giveaway, just either wait until double points. I just can't imagine Lego's going to have to do a sale on that. I don't know what store would actually want to take the risk on that set. And that's another interesting thing. Actually, while we're talking about sales, let me just end this. We'll end the poll. Yeah, I can end it from here. Oh, I can. Yes, I've got the technology to end it in this one that I'm in. Right. Black. Got Ninjago. Star Wars. What else do we think is going to be in the Black Friday sale? What big sets? Because that is the Daily Bugle might actually be in it. I think that it would be sold at the Lego store by now. Which one are we talking about, Noah? What one are we talking about that you think would be sold by the Lego store? Which set? Oh, what else is going to be? What else is a big set that's retiring this year? Yeah, the fish tank. It goes halfway through next month. Yeah, halfway through next month for that. So it's like the 15th or 17th of November. So they got the promo stuff out on that early, because of the sets that are coming out. What is the other one? Oh, you might have seen a different fish tank that was in the deals. But yeah, the new one's not out yet. So yeah, you just have to wait and see what happens with regards to that, because it obviously comes with a giveaway purchase as well, doesn't it? I'm just going to do a little quick bit of research with you guys and girls, just to see very, very quickly or what's retiring is this thing, which I was quite surprised about, with the gift with purchase as well. You can see you got live on the 6th of November up at the top. You've got all of these offers that are running now, but they're not in the retired list. Well, they are. Some of them are in the retired, sorry, but I want the retiring tab. Have they removed it? Oh, yeah, we've got the train as well going in, haven't we? Would they do the lighthouse? Or are we going to get the train? I can see that. I'll copy and paste that. I can see that one going in, because that had a lot of controversy when it first came out, didn't it? We'll pick those four. Right, we'll go for those four. If you're going to get one, what are you going to go for? So that is now up and running, which is fantastic. So let that tick over for a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be interesting what is actually going to be coming in the sale and all the other things. Oh no, I didn't see it. No, sorry. So the actual fish tank is coming out in the middle of the month, and we're talking about it being sandwiched between the two sets, basically. Yeah, so there's a 3-in-1 fish tank, as John's just said, which obviously has sold out and gone. There was other fish tanks, but there's nothing available at the moment. Yeah, so that's just for Noah. We'll pop that back up quickly. So yeah, that's the one that's coming soon. Look. And then you've got a lot of retired products. That's all to do with the coral. So the sea animal one's nice. You've also got, because that would work. See, that's gone. So that was available. And I think what people have done is they bought this because it's going to work really well with the fish tank. And I was quite surprised that they were retiring that, because this was on the retiring list about a week or so before they announced the aquariums. I was quite surprised on that. But there's the other fish tank just down there. So you have an actual smaller fish tank, which again is a 3-in-1, which looks really good. And that was at a really good price point as well. And obviously we know that because Trickle Bricks, it's gone up massively. And that's the other problem with certain sets. Like, we're suckers for wanting to backtrack stuff that we don't have, and then we pay through the nose. So because we're paying through the nose for these sets, they're just going to keep putting the prices up because they know that we're going to pay it, which is just, it's our own fault, I guess. We're all guilty of doing it at some point. Yeah, so all good with that. So we are on page 220, step 319. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if those 4 are going to be in that, because for me, I don't need one of them, so I can be a bit more biased. Right, got to concentrate because it's pins, and we don't like pins. I tell you what, honestly, if I was ever to get the Falcon and try and build that live, I'd have to have like a swear horn, because honestly, the amount of times I do something like this, which is what I'm doing right now with this pin, while it's attached to the Lego, and I'll push it through and it'll fall off or it just won't work, and it's relentless with everything because it's just not quite right. Oh, it's horrible. How people think that's it's a fantastic looking set, but it is an awful build. And people didn't realise that when it originally came out, there was no bag numbers to it either. So I think they did that. They might have done that with a Death Star as well. And then they had huge bag numbers, which, well, just sucks. But yeah, I kind of feel like the Falcon might be needed next year. So, because obviously, like anything, when it retires, it goes up massively. Yeah, if you can get it while it's out, John, that's the key. That's if you can get it while it's out, because it goes, like the 8080, massively overpriced. Went into last year's Black Friday sale, and then sold out. And within 48 hours, it was double the price, and they were selling because people had FOMO. We don't help ourselves. We just don't do it. The giveaways, I can understand them, people wanting, because the giveaways themselves, like if you get, any, and like this TV, for example, rather than spending £115 to get it, if you just wanted to spend 25 quid on it, that kind of makes sense, and the people that are getting it makes a tenner. But yeah, I can kind of see that. Oh no, Noah, that's not very good. That's not very good. It's got to be something going wrong, or either I'm doing something wrong with this video likes, because we've gone from having 4 and now we're down to 1. So I'm clearly doing something wrong. So I do apologise, but I can't get this piece on the Technic pin, which is not very good. Why? I hate Technic with Lego. Hate it. I'm yet to break a Technic pin while doing it, but I do push them too hard. Oh, so you got a brown broken one. Yeah. Hopefully you can get it nailed. If not, got it. There we go. No, I haven't got it. I don't understand. I really don't understand what's going on. Why am I here? Might be why. Missed a piece. So, stupid things, stupid little mind. Just being a pleb. Just being a pleb. Still doesn't make my life any easier. Well, no, there isn't. But then I suppose what people look at is if, say, for example, it's a giveaway that somebody likes, like the TV, for example. People are best off spending £50 on the TV than spending £115 for the TV if they didn't want any sets in the first place. So some of the giveaways are a little bit harder to get hold of, or with the much larger sets. I mean, if you want a giveaway that's dedicated to the set, then obviously you get it day one. But then if there's nothing, if it's a different kind of purchase and people just wanted it, their thought process is right. Okay, it's worth £17.99. I'll pay double that just to get it, because I'm actually saving money, not getting all the other little bits and pieces. So you see them at the trade shows, some of them, you do see some. You see some people that have like 4 or 5 of them, and I do question how they've managed to do that on their store. But then if they're a shop and they've ordered multiple sets individually, then obviously I guess they can do it. But they do tend to go up over a period of time in value. Some of them go up a lot, and obviously some not so much, because there's one that's supposed to go with the Harry Potter track. There was an extension to the track, and obviously people bought 2 of them, sold out really quickly, which was really annoying. And then it went off from there. And obviously the biggest, most expensive one was the giveaway purchase for the dragon. But it kind of gets to the point of where people don't like to open them up, because I've got the Luke Skywalker lightsaber thrown around somewhere, but over there, this thing. I don't care about this whatsoever. It's going to be probably opened up at some point. But Jay went to a trade show recently and sold it for an absolute fortune. It is, yeah. I'm not going to lie, John. Wait until you build it. If you ever build it, it's horrendous. Horrendous. Like, everything that's missing across the bottom, where are you? There, over its thigh, and all underneath its belly, just falls off. You sneeze, you move, just falls apart. You just start thinking to yourself, what's going on? It's huge and it is impressive to look at, but when you build all 4 legs, it's just the same thing you build 4 times. So that's why the actual Death Star was really nice and interesting to build, which made that was. If they could make more sets like that up there, obviously not that scale, but that sort of thing with the pieces that they used and all that kind of thing, that was a pleasure to put together. And obviously we've spoken about it a couple of times already. If they can really do something special for the Ninjago 15th, I'm hoping they can. That would be good. But that's going to be the test of next year. I've always gone by how Ninjago does with regards to pieces and figures, and because that's what they're known for. And if all of a sudden everything's sort of just gone completely changed, then it might be a rough year next year. But of course, they're going to have a load of new fans coming in with the Pokemon stuff, aren't they? So they're going to get a load of new fans jumping on the bandwagon with that, I would imagine. All right. Lots and lots of small pieces on this. It does, yeah, I know. It's so bad. Yeah, I'm glad it's not just me, because what really annoyed me is obviously 2020, COVID happened, and everything else, and then all these people were talking about how amazing the Falcon was and blah 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 blah, and like, it's Falcon, you can't move it because the panels literally sit on by a pin, and it's just all these things that you don't actually get told. And in all fairness, the designers did actually come out and go, yeah, we understand that these are fragile and XYZ, and they have tried to make them stronger, and over a period of time they have got a lot better, because supposedly the Razor Crest is very, very sturdy, strong, and a nice build. Obviously the Death Star is exactly the same, so those 2 are very good. But the 8080, I think, was the last of the sort of like the last of the flimsy ones, and then yeah, they made a bit more of a dent into them, which is good. And again, I've got so many spare pieces here. I don't understand why. Pins I get, but the handcuffs are for the minifigures, fair enough. That can't be spare. I'm just not going to allow that to be spare. It can't be. No, get in there. You're building your background. Happy days. Happy days. That's good. Yeah, just add in plenty of detail and just enjoy it. But yeah, you got time to get it up and on there, which is good. So there's no rush. It doesn't have to be uploaded today. So yeah, that's all the Technic bits that you're putting in on this, and it's all stuff that's mechanical and everything. Yeah, this is it. So everyone thinks I'm crazy when I talk about the 88. No, exactly that. So listening to people that I actually listen to that builds the sets that enjoy them, the 8080 was the last of the flimsy ones, because if you held underneath its belly, it just falls off, and it's the whole way of Technic with Lego that just doesn't it doesn't work at all. But obviously I haven't built the Razor Quest, but the Razor Quest started it all, and then the Venator is so sturdy, and I mean, like, I've got it to my left hand side now. I would happily pick that up, walk around the room with it, shake it about. It's not going to fall apart. Whereas the other cheese, the other big Star Destroyer that came out before that, if you even thought about farting, the whole thing would just... I mean, you had to take the whole top off, and there was a hook on the inside that you're supposed to transport it, and you couldn't even do it from that. I literally built it. It was like, oh, I'm going to move it now, and the whole thing just fell apart. I was like, right, and I literally just threw it straight back in the box. I was like, no, I'm just not doing it. Oh, night or day for your background, Noah? Go for night. You can go for a night background because it's Halloween. As long as you can get a good clear picture of it, it look darkish. I guess with the background, you might be able to use some, like, if you've got any green for that kind of thing, that'd look quite smart. It looks a little bit spookier night, isn't it, rather than daytime, especially for Halloween. Then you can use some candles and all of that kind of stuff if you've got any. So yeah, that's it. The Razor Quest I've heard, and I don't have, is supposed to be the one that, you know, started all off. Razor Quest, Venator, this. So the last three have been really good. But backtracking that, 8080, well, yeah, it just falls apart. Coming back from that, the big cheese, the other big cheese falls apart. The Razor Quest has been out forever, and that falls apart. So they have made a huge difference, and I appreciate it, because I hated it. Honestly, if you caught some of the older lives that I used to do, I just was so... I started to build it thinking it's going to be amazing, like the Razor Quest. I genuinely could not believe that got to a certain point. It's like, it keeps falling off. The pin keeps falling off. It keeps falling off. Oh, yeah, it does that. What do you mean does that? It's like, none of the other sets did it. And then all of a sudden you go to these more expensive sets, and it just seemed to be people were happy with it. It's like, oh, yeah, but it's a Razor Quest. So what? Shouldn't be doing that. But now it doesn't do that. And how they've managed to do the Venator with regards to the Technic internals, and you build the legs in, and then how they basically triple layer everything. Because what I did notice with a lot of the Star Wars stuff is where you had the panels and you just had the bits, you never had anything over the top two to pin it down. So I ended up pinning it down with a load of like 1x2 or 2x2 tiles to keep it tight. But the Venator, they've done it all. They've thought of all of that kind of thing. You just think, yeah, credit to them. So credit where credit's due. From, like John says, from the Razor Quest onwards, you can't complain. You cannot complain. From a stability point, and in all fairness, from a look point, I think they're very, very good. So yeah, I don't think you can moan and complain too much. Yes, so that set at the moment is on sale in the UK, and I think it's going to be on sale between now and until Cyber Monday. And then I'm assuming it's going to sell out, and that's it. I'm assuming, because obviously when it's gone, it's gone. So yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to regret not getting it, because of the plan that I've got with some of the bigger bits and pieces. I've added in all the, I don't know if you can see through here, like, oh god, through his legs and things. It'll be in a Star Wars upload soon enough. But I've got literally across the whole of the yellow, I have got the bulldozers, the cranes. I've got 2 construction diggers, all of the minifigures. I've got a queue to a toilet and all of that kind of thing, where they're building space for like the next long thing to turn up. And it's all supposed to do is a walkthrough. It's basically my Legoland Star Wars walkthrough is what I'm doing, and I've decided to go for big things. So I kind of think I do need the Razor Quest because, I mean, let's love it or hate it with regards to a building experience. I don't know how they can make it any more better looking for that size. I know the smaller one looks incredible, but I just don't know if they can do that to the bigger one. So I don't know whether to wait, because if they do discontinue the UCS Razor Quest, will they then in a year or two's time put another one out, or not? I don't know. But you know, with this Razor Quest, I was talking about the Falcon. So with the Falcon, with it being so detailed, and then the new Falcon that's out, I don't know how they can get it. But with this Razor Quest that's out at the moment, I could well take all the votes. If you can only get one, what do you go for? Yeah, it's going to be basically Star Wars versus Ninjago for that kind of thing. I would imagine. But yes, it is a good set. I do try and tell people that, you know, nobody listens, but it is a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame that you get misled. Does that make sense? I think that's what really annoyed me a few years back. We had all these people basically gloating that they had this Razor Quest and how good it was, and it's the best set ever, and blah 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 blah. And then obviously, years before, I went to the Legoland Windsor, saw the walkthrough, saw everything, saw the Death Star, which caught my eye straight away. The huge, obviously the circular one, not a slice of cake. And then all of the little bits and pieces. And then I did eventually get a Razor Quest in a huge sale before the price increase. So I was over the moon with the price that I paid for that. And hated every moment of putting it together. There was not one enjoyable experience for me to put that together. And I can already hear myself going, you're not going to enjoy putting it together. Might make fun content, but I don't know. I just feel sorry for whatever build I do next, because I know this is going to be good. And I've done this after the Star Wars one because this is all nice and colourful. But I wasn't expecting that Star Wars one to be so good. So because I know this is going to be good. I've been spoiled with 2 really good builds in a row. Whatever I build next, I don't know if it's going to live up to it. And if it is something different, I don't know. And John says, don't pass up the Razor Quest. You'll regret it. Regret it. Yeah, I think I might. I think I'm going to regret it. And Noah asks, brown or black spider? Go for black. Oh, yeah. Depends what colour war you're doing, though. Because if you can't see the black on black, it depends if you want it to be stealth or if you want it to be seen in the photo. So it depends what you're going for. Try it with both. If it's going to go in the same place, try it in both and see which one photos better. Because that way you know yourself, because obviously if you put one in you can't see it, it kind of defeats the object. So you're going to have to do it another one. And I'm looking for number 68. 68. Hey? Well, that's worrying. So I did the unboxing video and I only had 2 sticker sheets. So it went up to 54. Yeah, so John says the Daily Bugle is another one. That is a must. I agree with that. Brilliant looking finish on that. A little bit flimsy in places, but amazing. The Daily Bugle is another one that I must have. I had to vote for the Razor Quest as the top one. I'm not even a Mando fan. See, Mando got me into Star Wars. That's the crazy thing. I don't think if I didn't watch Mando, I don't think I would have given a monkeys about anything else. I thought the original Mando series was very, very well done. I suppose it depends if you grew up the original stuff or not. But because I started with that and then watched everything else back, yeah, I was a fan of that. Now, what I'm not a fan of is this better not be history repeating itself. We can't have this. Oh, this is going to get emotional very, very quickly. All right, this is the build on hold. This can't be happening to me again. There's no way. It's got to be in this box. It's got to be. Didn't even. Right, I'm going to have to do my own research on this. I'm actually going to have to play a video in the background of myself while talking to you guys to actually see if I pulled out a third sheet. So I went through the disappointment of the instruction booklets. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. Honestly, anything that's going to happen will just happen. But unboxing, that's what I need. I need to hit mute that, get that link open, make sure that we're still. I need to. I can't believe this. Well, this will put a stop on the build straight away. Not again. Not again. This is literally history repeating itself. Yeah, the Boba Fett is nonsense. I didn't get on with that whatsoever. Obviously, Disney's taken some proper stick with the bits and pieces that they've done. But no, I thought because it's John Favreau, I think it is. It's the chap that's in the bodyguard in Iron Man, and he's obviously got a passion for it and whatever else. And it was done. I thought it was done very well. But some of the others, I wasn't a fan of. I am just watching my own unboxing video. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share me unboxing this set. Here, that. How many sticker sheets did I get out? I know it's jumpy, but it is what it is. That's too. Let's stop sharing that. That is just jumping like anything for some reason. Right, I'm about to share with you my unboxing video from the sticker sheet. So I know it's a little bit, but you are my proof. Are we back on? Right, so I flop it open. And there it is. One sticker sheet, two sticker sheets. Talking about how many stickers there are, I was actually quite surprised there wasn't as many as what I thought there was going to be. Got the two sticker sheets right in front of me. And then out comes the instruction booklets. Booklet number 1, booklet number 2. And then we flop open the third. Probably talking a load of nonsense. No, nothing. Right, I am not impressed now. Because clearly there's 3 sticker sheets. How many stickers are supposed to be with this set? Now I've actually got the internals for those sticker sheets still available. So I'm going to have to go and get it. Well, telling you, it's not in that. You hear what I'm looking at in the background? Oh, you are kidding. This is literally an ongoing saga with me. There is, well, clearly they're not there. I'm going to have to do some research now. So this live build has now just been put completely on the back burner. Oh, bugger. Is that it? Oh, you're joking. There is supposed to be 3 sticker sheets, and one of them is even smaller than this one. And it's got loads of stickers on. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got 15 stickers on. Now, considering I opened the thing live and filmed everything and I've only seen 2 sticker sheets, I'm assuming they're not in. I don't know where else they could be. Oh. Honestly. was going to get interested in what we're going to be building on the next live stream. Then I think we might just have to start a repair series straight away. I do not have. Do I have? I don't know if I have. I don't think I have the thing up here. Good evening or afternoon. How are we? Hello, Jay Kuzdak. I think Kuzmik. I think that might be it. Good evening and afternoon to you. The poll itself is still. Where are we on that? I can click it. I have nothing working. It's all gone wrong. Razor Quest is still winning. Right, let's have a look at that then. Let's have a look at the Razor Quest before I cry. Let's bring you forward so I can actually reach you. Let's change all of this. Let's put the sticker sheets in here. Honestly, not happy. Right, okay, looking at the Razor Quest time. Looking at the Razor Quest as I'm absolutely stuffed and stuck with what I'm supposed to be. So we will fill in the time before we stream. So Star Wars. Let's have a very, very quick look at the sets that are in our poll then. I think that's how we can do that. So we'll start off with this one. This is the option that we have for things. Do you have it in your collection? That is the key thing. So I like the minifigures it comes with. I think how the last episode of the series 1 ends. I think you've got the start and finish basically of both minifigures that are needed within this set. So you can't go too bad. Not too bad, thank you. I am all right. The host is okay. So yeah, not too bad. So yeah, going by the sets that are in the poll. This is the one that is winning at the moment. That's if this is the one that gets put on the chopping block. So obviously, I say the chopping block, the one that is actually going to go into a sale. We know it's retiring. We know the wingspan of this thing is huge. The detail on the outside and the inside does look very, very good indeed. So there you go. That's the bits and pieces that are on the inside. But it's just dependent on. Do we think it's worth it? What price is it going to be when it goes into a big sale? Are we going to get 25, 30% off? We're going to get 20% off with points. Is it going to be a John Lewis scenario? What is it going to be? I don't know. What do we think it's going to be? So that is one of the options in the poll. Option number 2 is the Ninjago. Ninjago City Markets, which is what I'm supposed to be building right now, and I can't. So, not annoyed about that whatsoever. So this is a set that I'm supposed to be currently building. Looks great. Obviously 6163 with regards to the piece count, so it's a high brick count, similar to the Razor Quest, but it's just nowhere as near money. So. That's where you've got the Star Wars tax coming into play there, because this and the other one are both in the 6,000 piece count, I think. Obviously, you get more. You get almost the same pieces, endless amount of minifigures compared to the other one. And it's a lot cheaper. And it's a good looking set as well. So yeah, if you're a fan of that one, obviously the other thing that's on the list is the Daily Bugle, which at the moment was sold out. Now you can now add it to the bag. So we've gone from it being temporarily sold out. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny that all of a sudden on double points it's sold out, but now it's available, no problem. Not on back order. There's no back order to it. It's just now available. They've been playing some really horrible games with regards to double points this year, because don't forget, they took all the pre-orders off for One Piece when it went to double points. So One Piece went live everything was available for pre-order for the first couple of days. Then when double points hit, they took it all off pre-order. So it was just coming soon. Double points finish, or you can now pre-order me again. So when you could have got this on double points or just been put into a back order, no, you're not allowed double points on this. It's just a horrible, horrible, horrible game to play. So this is 3,789 pieces. Item number 76178, 25 figures. Obviously, lots of value in those figures, as we've already spoken about. And you can see what I meant about just the Daredevil and all the other figures that are there. So if you wanted any of the Marvel stuff, well, you're spoiled for choice, really, aren't you? So there's a lot to pick from on that one. And we've already seen the train. So not a problem, Noah. When you run out, you goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Recently built the hallway diorama with Luke from Mando, and the stickers were missing. Built it anyway, and I swear every step needs a sticker. It does, yeah, because it's all the bits on there. The problem is with the stickers on this, they're external and internal. But this isn't the first time it's happened with me. And there's no way it's not. It can't be. It wasn't in booklet 3 because I turned the thing upside down. I've only ever had 2 sticker sheets. So I even said in the video, oh, there's not as many stickers I thought that was going to be in this. We've only got 50 odd stickers. Nobody told me there was a 3rd sticker sheet. The video was only 12 minutes long. One comment from somebody that have actually built the set in the past would have been helpful. Because then I could have just rang them straight up and I could have got the flipping sticker sheet here before I started the live. Because obviously you ring customer service, they'll send it down to you. They are very good, but it could take 2-3 weeks for it to come. So, oh dear. Oh, that's ended that a lot earlier than I thought it was going to. I was expecting to be on till for a while, yeah, because I was really looking forward to building a lot of this, and now I don't know what I can substitute. There must be something I can do. We'll figure it out. We won't end it just yet. We'll figure out what I can substitute. I'll pack all these bits away back in its bags, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. And I'm going to turn this place upside down and look for the 2 internal bits because I've got all the instruction booklets out. Because one was paper and one was cardboard, so they've been recycled, but again, they'd have been checked. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But their customer service is incredible, so it'll be fine. I'll have to give them a ring, sort it out. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Nice depressing end to this, but it carries on the tradition. Anything and everything I touch relating to Ninjago sets has and always will go very, very, very wrong indeed. I don't particularly want to split these pieces up, so I'm going to... This is the other really annoying thing. They tell you to put it in bags 16 and 17, and obviously one of the bags is smaller pieces than the other. So when I... Screw it. I'll keep them all together in the one bag, otherwise it's just going to get mixed up and lost. I haven't had a fantastic week this week with regards to different news. I missed out on the Bricklink set, no fault of anybody to do the Lego group. That was my fault with the security code error, which was great. I didn't even realise that was a thing. So I've got because I was expecting the new Bricklink set here to be building that up because I got the pirate set, but I didn't get the pirate set as it happens. So that didn't happen. That wasn't a thing. And now I can't build this thing up. How is it that of all the sets that actually went right was the set that I was dreading the most, which is that big Death Star? What can we do, or what can we repair? Fold this up and put it in its own internal thing. Yeah. Well, it is Halloween, so these things happen, I guess, but never mind. Yeah, I've had, so the last Ninjago set I had, it had, for one of the stages, there was 3 bags. Each bag had an internal bag, and every internal bag was missing. And it wasn't just mine, there was others as well. And now I'm stuck with the sticker sheet as well on this one. The workshop went perfectly fine, but the gardens was messy and this one was messy. So, say was, currently is messy, shall we say. There is just no way that they're stuck. It was just at the front of that one. If I can find it, absolutely laugh it. But I can't. So we're now going to be watching me find something else to crack on with, or I do a show and tell of something. So if you want to see something, I can just show that off instead, because I could pick up a set and potentially repair it, do something with it. I don't know. Well. Let me see if I can find the sheet. Well, I say find the sheet. See if I can actually find the bit of paper that thing was in. But I don't think that is gonna happen, because I swapped it over with the Death Star. Now, it didn't just randomly fall out, because we've seen on the video it didn't fall out. I would love for it just to appear. That's what I would like. I'd like for it just to appear, and I'd be like, okay, fair enough. But it won't. Nowhere near that table. Not in there. Not in there. No. The only place it could be is inside the Star Wars box, and there's absolutely no way I'm opening up that Star Wars box. Hey guys, how's life? What's happening? Nothing exciting. So, AB Bricks, how are we? Good evening or afternoon to you. We've got a bit of a nightmare. We're missing a sticker sheet, but it's only taken 250 pages to realise that we actually don't have a sticker sheet with us. And because we don't have a sticker sheet, and this set is full of stickers, I don't think I will be able to carry on, because what you're going to end up doing is when it all goes in, I'm not then going to be able to put the stickers on it. But yeah, it took 225 pages, and then all of a sudden it said sticker 68, and so, well, we don't have up to 68. I did the whole unboxing video and it only went up to 55. So yeah, nothing exciting at the moment, AB Bricks. So we need to think of something that we can do. I haven't got any of the sets up here to build. This was it. This was supposed to be my nice slow build until Christmas. now I am absolutely stuffed. I could do the Bowser tomorrow, because I've got the Bowser to build. He's nearly done. He's just missing his arms. So I could do the Bowser for tomorrow. but I haven't got a backlog. So it's not like I can just put this to one side and then carry on. So I think for a nice, depressing, miserable end. Yeah, well, I know. It's how this set is with regard, because this one of all of the ones isn't modular. All the others, you've been able to take the tops off, whereas this is the first design where you pull it out of his ass. So the rooms are tiny, so you're never going to be able to get your hands in there to be able to put the stickers on. Customer service from the Lego group's shut now, so I'll ring them up on tomorrow, Monday. I'm going to re-watch that video again and just see if anything fell on the floor. But I'm literally sat beside where it was. I've not moved anything. Don't have a problem with that. I've literally just swapped one set for another. I've got no backlog. No. I know it's bad, isn't it? I've got no backlog. I've built everything. I'm up to date with everything. This was the set from my backlog pile, this one. Yeah, I don't know. But I guess we could just have a quick look-see for people, if anybody's jumping in, with regards to the Goonies, because if anybody is lurking in the background and they forgot that it is coming, it is coming at midnight tonight. So we've gone through great detail on this, but this is the giveaway that people have gone berserk for whatever reason. It does say 1st to the 7th, so that's changed, but it did actually, I thought originally it said 1st to the 3rd. So they're saying it's going to be, you're going to have a giveaway up until the Black Friday announcement, but I can't imagine it lasting that long. I mean, it might, but I can't imagine it being that long. No, I've got no backlog. I've got like tiny little things to build, but there's no point building them yet because I need to figure out where they're going first. The room's upside down because of obviously the last couple of live builds that I've done, but I'm not that stupid with regards to sheets. I have actually, saying that, I have got a small little Star Wars set that I could potentially build up. Depends if I need to put that in the display or not. I think what else we've got. yeah. John's like, well, John's backlog will last me another year or two without buying anything. Yeah, Jay, who was on yesterday, he's got probably like 30, 40 massive sets. And the pace he builds them, he'll be in a flipping Zimmer frame with arthritis in his fingers before he's even opened up half the tab. Flipping finger out and start building them, because otherwise he's not gonna have the enjoyment on them whatsoever. But yeah, I did have a backlog, and I've got through it, which is okay. I've got a couple of smaller bits and pieces, but there's nothing that's going to add to my displays, and to set something up to repair it. It's just going to be a bit of a swine. Yeah, 1 to 3 VIPs and 4 to 7 non-VIP. That's if it lasts. I don't think that giveaway is going to be available from the 4th onwards. I think that giveaway, because the giveaway for the Lord of the Rings sold out by lunchtime on day 1. It's said for the 7th, but it will go. It's only why stock lasts. So I can't imagine that lasting that long. I think it's just going to be such a popular thing. I think it's going to be very difficult to get onto the Lego website this evening. I can see that being quite painful for people. We're at 50-50 for the Ninjago Market and Razor Quest. If you can only get one, and it's going into the Black Friday sale. Yeah, two good choices. I think they are the ones that are going to be going in. I know there's people waiting for the Daily Bugle as well. But No, literally looking around going, start messing around with the Star Wars stuff. Could try and repair the Stranger Things, but I need to find the pieces for that. So that would have been a good thing to do for Halloween, I guess, the Stranger Things. I've got stuff to repair, but I need to get the instruction sheets out. I'm literally going to be looking at everything now, going, is that a sticker sheet? Is that a sticker sheet? And I know full well it's not, but I haven't seen it at all. So, no, I know I haven't lost it because I've got video proof that it wasn't in there. And if they put it in the other one, I emptied that one out as well. But you'd have put all 3 sticker sheets together with, yeah, you just put the sticker sheets in the first one. Right, what else? Have they done anything else on the Lego website? Let's have a look. There's nothing new. The problem is there's nothing new to talk about. So we could go over some of the sale bits and pieces. We could see what's on back order, but it looks like they brought everything back through. We could have a really detailed conversation about the fish tank. I'm sure people will be thrilled about this. We could go over this. And we could all leave a comment for something positive about this with regard to what you think of it. It's got movable pieces in it. It has a quite cool looking crab. But actually, I don't. Is this the giveaway with the fish that's trapped in it? Where is the giveaway for this? Is that the giveaway? Yes. No. Come. Is it? It is. Yeah. So they've got a dead fish, unless that's supposed to be in the tank, and it's acting as water. But I don't know. I'm assuming it's supposed to be some little Finding Nemo reference where you get, because it, not to spoil it for people, but there is a turbine blade on the inside of there, so it would just be annihilated. John says, on a positive, I won't buy it. That is a yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, it's gonna, for those that are there, all jokes aside, it's coming on the 16th of November. If you get it day one, you do get a giveaway purchase, and it is sandwiched in between 2 very other good sets. You do get early access on the 13th. So a couple of days after the next Black Friday announcement. It's got a cool little video. I guess it's one of those things that is very, very difficult to make look like what we're seeing in the video without either water or glass. Because obviously it's got all the moving pieces and everything like that. So I think the colours are nice. They've done a good job, but I don't know. In person, it might be incredible. But I think it's one of those with regards to photos and things like that. For example, you want to get some nice photos. It does look good, and the crab underneath it does look nice. I can see some people trying to sort of mock this up and doing other little bits and pieces. But yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. The giveaways are the filter and food. Oh, that's what the other one is. Oh, I see. I did wonder what that giveaway was all about. Right, I think I'm just going to waffle on. So there's no point me carrying on, which is a shame. So I'll come up with a plan of attack of what I'm going to be doing this weekend with regards to what I can do. Like I said, I'm going to turn the place upside down for no reason, just to find those 2 bits that I probably already recycled. There's no way it's in. I could do that with you now because you could just laugh, because I'm going to end up breaking something. So why not? Hang on. We'll do that. So we will just take a quick look inside my Death Star box to see if the internals of the Ninjago stuff is in there. So no, I would imagine I've already recycled them. So we can have a quick look, just for the sake of me turning it upside down. And then I can, with 100% confidence, go, nah, never saw it, never wanted it. And as I'm walking over there, it allows me to have some of my sheep milk chocolate. I have just found that as well. All right, there's one very big box on its way, as you can hear as it knocks everything over. And I'm going to go as far as looking inside all of the Star Wars booklets as well, which I know is completely pointless, but we will try it because this is a sticker sheet from the Star Wars. I've got everything together for the next review. There's the little giveaway. And then we've got all of these. So this is booklet number 2. Now, I haven't even touched, I didn't even transfer it over. So I built all this live with you, put it in that corner, pulled the other one out, and cracked on. So it's not going to be in any of these. I'm literally just wasting my time, minutes of my life, looking for something that didn't come with the actual set. But I suppose somebody else's misery is always somebody else's enjoyment. So if you're laughing, that is absolutely fine. I will probably end up crying myself to sleep. But the issue that I'm going to have is this, because this is huge. So we've got what, three internal boxes, so that's the flaps open. I don't think there's anything in any of them. That's empty. Lying, that's empty. No, that's empty. So no, that's the answer to that. Bomb. Oh well, that is just pure misery. Pure misery. So I'm done. That was a complete waste of your time, my time, everybody else's time. It's Halloween after all, so it is what it is. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'm now going to have to pick up all of the mess and tidy all this up, which is going to take a little while, but it is what it is. So guys, thank you very much indeed. I'll be back on over the weekend, and we'll just kind of have to figure out what it is we're going to do now without that sticker sheet. So ending the poll, and the Daily Bugle does have a vote at last. So 43-43, so it's a tie for first place, and then second place has the Daily Bugle, which I don't blame anybody for. Those 3 sets are fantastic. So if you are on the list for anything that's retiring, then obviously pick it up while you can, because it'll be gone soon. So everybody take care. John, look after yourself. Thanks for keeping me company, and I will I'll hopefully catch up with everybody over the weekend. Poll has now just ended, so that should come up. I will write thank you to everybody in this comment section. Thank you all. So you guys can see, you know what I mean. You can now, all of you can see that as this starts to end, and I can now end the live stream. Take care, everybody. Bye.